Online home opener for the Florida Gymnastics team. Stacy, it's not been an easy road for the Florida team so far. You know, normally they kind of start out at home. They have their home opener to get it rolling, and then the season kind of starts. But this year, they kind of changed it up a little bit and go to UCLA, a great team in their own right.
This was the first time since 2003 that the Gators had started on the road twice since 2003. It just makes it so hard because that first away meet, UCLA, not only are they such a great team, but you're still trying to figure out your routines, you're trying to figure out the lineup, you're trying to, just figure out everything, and it's hard to go away. And then they only had 2 days of practice once they came back from UCLA to get ready for Auburn, and then just rocked it once they got to Auburn.
That UCLA match, they all agree. They kind of struggled a little bit. What did you see in terms of the scores and what happened in that match as to where they kind of came out a little bit slower than usual? Was it just the early season
still tweaking your routines? There were a few mistakes, a few falls, but they regrouped, got back together, and really just came lights out once it came to Auburn the next week.
Yeah, once they go to Auburn the next week, they improved their overall score by .425. How big of an improvement is that, for those who might not be as familiar with gymnastics scoring? And even if they are, what did you see in the change from the UCLA meet to the Auburn meet?
Yeah, in a sport that every little tenth counts so much, that .45 is just huge. Against UCLA, they lost by the smallest margin you can in gymnastics by .025. So to win by .45 is just huge. Rhonda tweaked the lineup a little bit for the second meet, and they got their nerves out, I think, from that first meet, and they were just ready to go for the second meet. So tonight is going to just be amazing because now they've had 2 hard road meets under their belt, and they're just ready to show off for this home crowd tonight.
Do you think that starting out the year on the road, does that give them more experience for tonight? Are they more prepared for tonight than they would have been if, say, this was the first meet of the season?
Yeah, I definitely think so, because their first meet against UCLA, that's such a hard opponent to go against. So they had to, practice hard earlier in the year to just be ready for that. And they had went back to where they had won the national championship last year, so they had a lot to prove.
I think they had a good time doing that, though. You talk to head coach Rhonda Fain and all these gymnasts, they were pretty stoked to go back to UCLA where they won their first national championship. But let's talk about tonight, the home opener, like we've been saying, the first home meet for the Gator Gymnastics team. All week, we've been talking to them. They say the thing they're most excited to do, Stacy, is run outside that Gator head like you saw him do in that intro.
Yep, all week. That's all I was hearing in the interviews. We're ready to be home. We're ready to run out that Gator head, and they sure did that tonight. And that beautiful introduction there, I got the chills when I watched that. It was just so special.
Especially cool with that app. I think that we were talking about it before, and it's literally timed to the music. You could not use the app until the intro video for the Gators started. That was pretty sweet.
Very cool.
So looking at tonight's matchup, you got the Georgia Bulldogs, obviously. Florida having a great start so far, a great team, a lot of returning talent, a lot of talented, 2 talented freshmen as well. But Gators no slouch. The Georgia Bulldogs are no slouch either. They come in at number 6.
Right.
They have a bunch of returning All-Americans as well. But they do have 6 freshmen on the team. It's interesting, this is the 42nd consecutive meeting between Florida and Georgia where both teams bring a top 10 national ranked team into the competition. That's every meeting since Rhonda Fain started coaching at UF.
Yeah, I mean, the Georgia-Florida rivalry has always been so huge. Georgia's always been a powerhouse in gymnastics. They have won 10 national titles, with 5 of those being consecutive from 2005 to 2009, so very recent. They dropped off a little bit when head coach Susan Yocklin retired back in 2009 after their last national championship, but now new head coach Dana Durante has really brought them back, and they were back in the Super 6 last year.
Just to set the table for those, Florida and Georgia met a total of 4 times last year. The last time in regular season was sold out Georgia Stigman Coliseum. you know, it was February 16, 2013. The Gators got the 197.3 over 196.175 win. The Gators actually trailed in that meet through the first 2 rotations. Georgia had a slight lead, and then Florida they held their own, they weathered the storm, they came back. They weren't great in the final 2 rotations, but they did enough to get the win. Then they won their 2nd consecutive SEC title with a solid 198. Georgia finished 4th in that competition with a 197.325. These 2 teams also met in the NCAA Championship semifinal, where Florida got the win 197.775 to Georgia's 197.15, and in the Super 6, where Florida got a 197.575 to Georgia's 196.675. The moral of the story, Stacy, these 2 teams have a lot of history.
Yes, a lot of history. And both teams this year, they've posted scores over 197s. So this meet tonight is going to be just super tough, super close, and this is so important that every little stick counts, every little step counts. So tonight it's going to come down to those stuck landings.
It's interesting, you know, we talked about how Florida's road here hasn't exactly been easy through the first 2 meets. You know, they had 2 tough ones. Georgia's road's been even tougher. This is their 5th meet already this season. And the ones they went against earlier weren't exactly easy. They took on number 3 Oklahoma, the NCAA runner-up. Now they're number 1. Oklahoma is the number 1 team, and we'll welcome them into the O-Dome next week. They took on then number 9 Stanford. Tough road, a lot of meets and not a lot of time, Stacey.
Yes, they just competed Monday of this week. And before that, Friday. So Friday, Monday, now today. I'd be interested to, you know, to see if they seem a little tired, but no excuses. You bring it. This is Florida, Georgia. It's going to be a great meet.
They got a big upset win over then number 2 LSU. You know, a gym dog in that case won at least a share of the bars, beam, and floor titles. So they really got it done against LSU, and then they swept the Iowa Hawkeyes. They have 6 All-Americans returning on this team, but they also have 6 freshmen on this Georgia team. So what's it like for these Georgia freshmen coming into this hostile O-Dome environment? You know, SEC meet, deep rivalry. What's going through their head right now?
Well, I mean, we do have the best fans in the nation. It's so loud in here. We got the band going. So it is intimidating as a freshman, but they do have a few roads, you know, meets under their belt. But it's always big coming in against the reigning national champions. You know, as a freshman, you're looking to your seniors to show you and help you out, and it's just a great experience. I know our freshman, Bridget Sloan, had commented earlier this week in an interview. Oh, now we're up here on vault. Yep,
ready to get it started. We will begin the vault. Bridget Caquato going right now.
Yurchenko full. Beautiful. Little hop on the landing, but a great start for the Gators.
Solid start there for the Gators. Like we were saying, the freshmen coming in, it's their first home meet. 3 seniors as well for this Gator team. A lot of great stuff going on. Excited to get it started with you here on Gator Vision Online. I'm Corey Brooks, alongside Stacy Gleim, former Gator gymnast and team manager. A lot of great stuff to look forward to. On the uneven bars for Georgia, Brandy J.
Here we go.
Will start it out for the Bulldogs.
Kip cast handstand, saved it. Shaposhnikova. Looked like she had to take an extra swing there. Shoot over to handstand. Kip back up to high bar. Blind half. Porkina, very nice. Here we go, Giants leading up to the dismount, full out. Stuck landing. It's gonna come down to those little tenths there, but it did look like she had to take an extra swing. We'll see what score she gets.
Updating you, Bridget Caquato, 9.875, starting it off for the Gators on the vault.
Great opening score.
Rachel Spicer next up for Florida on the vault.
Here she goes. Yurchenko full. Beautiful. Another little hop there, but great vault.
It's a couple times now, Stacey, we've seen a little hop at the end. You know, is that something that just kind of is going to happen early?
I mean, they have a lot of momentum going out of their their Yurchenko full there, which is also a popular vault for the Gators. So as the season goes on, they'll learn to sink it in, calm it down.
Rhonda Fain said that a lot this week. You don't focus on the scores too much this early in the season. Exactly. Right now you're just trying to get your rotations figured out, who's doing what, and really just working on the form for later in the season when you start looking at regional scores.
It's important to pace yourself and peak at the right time. Back on bars.
For Georgia, Ashlyn Broussard.
Beautiful release there. Shoot over to handstand. Back up to high bar, kip cast, good. Giants to the dismount here. Double lay, stuck landing again.
Georgia with a strong start on the bar. We're still waiting on the score for Brandy J. First on the bars for the Dogs. Kat Hires, though, another stuck landing.
On vault for your Florida Gators, Mackenzie
Capuano on the vault.
Here we go for Mackenzie. Yurchenko full, beautiful. From my eye here, it looked like she stuck it, but the vault was in the way, so we'll see what her score is.
We'll update you with those scores as we get them. Rachel Spicer, 9.825 for the Gators. Strong start so far for Florida. Still waiting on the couple Georgia scores from the bars. Brandy J and Kat Hires. Kira Brown up next for the Gym Dogs. Florida will send Elena Johnson up on the vault next.
Here's Kira Brown. She was the SEC Freshman of the Week this last week. Great cast handstand. Clear hip. Takachev, huge. Pack salto, very nice. Half pirouette there. Kip up to high bar. Getting ready for the dismount. Full out. She had to pull in a little bit there, but great dismount after that.
All three dismounts for Georgia so far, strong. Brandy J, Kat Hires, and Kiara Brown all doing a great job. Like I said, we'll update you with the scores as we get them. Mackenzie Capuano, 9.825.
Here's Elena Johnson. Beautiful full. A little short, she had to lean over, but still a great vault.
First score in for Georgia now, a 9.85 for Brandy J. 9.8 across the board so far. 9.85 also for Kat Hires.
On bars for the Bulldogs, Lindsay Cheek.
Looks like we're just waiting for the judges. Here they did a salute.
Bridget Sloan getting ready to do the vault. It's funny, we talked to Bridget before.
Lindsay Cheek here on the bars. Cast handstand. Toe on, toe off. Huge Takachev. Nice cast handstand, overshoot. Circle around, back up to high bar. Cast handstand, she saved that. Giants to the dismount, double lay. Another stuck landing for Georgia, wow.
That's three perfect dismounts for the Georgia Bulldogs so far. Kat Hires also with a 9.85. Brandy J and Kat Hires both stuck the landing, both got 9.85s.
Next on vault for the Gators,
Bridget Sloan getting ready to do the vault. And like I was saying before, it's funny, you talk to Bridget, she's a little scared of the vault. It's running at a stationary object.
Here we go, full in. Beautiful. Slight move with the leg, just a beautiful vault for her. She is such a powerhouse.
She'll tell you that it's her least favorite event, but that doesn't mean that she can't do it.
No, she's great.
Bridget Sloan, incredibly talented, only a sophomore, the reigning SEC Gymnast of the Week. All 3 SEC Weekly Award winners in the Dome tonight.
Yes.
9.875 for Kiera Brown and the Georgia Bulldogs. It's the highest score yet for the Dogs.
Here we go, mounting the high bar. Cast handstand, stalled her into her Rikna. Shoot over to low bar. Circle back around, high bar now. Cast handstand. 2 giants. And the full out dismount. Another stuck landing. It's contagious.
It's a great, great start for the Georgia Bulldogs. Just to recap their scores for you. 9.85 for Brandy J, 9.85 for Kat Hires, 9.875 for Kiera Brown, and a 9.975 for Lindsay G.
It was a great routine.
Keitra
Hunter up next for the Gators on the vault. Just to recap their scores for you. 9.875 Bridget Cacuato, 9.825 Rachel Spicer, 9.825 Mackenzie Cacuato, 9.775 Elena Johnson, and a 9.925 for Bridget Sloan.
Here goes Keitra. 1.5, beautiful. Now that is a blind landing, so it makes it more difficult. Everyone else did Yurchenko full thus far, and then she pulls out the 1.5. It was beautiful.
Performing on bars for Georgia, Chelsea Davis.
Chelsea Davis on the bars. Kip up to high bar, cast handstand. Tkachev. Toe on, toe off. Shoot over to handstand. Back up to high bar. Nice handstands. 2 giants to the dismount, double lay, and another stuck landing. All those little tenths will count.
And Georgia's racking up all those little tenths right now. A 9.9 for Brittany Rogers. Strong, strong start by the Gym Dogs on the uneven bars.
Gator fans performing in exhibition on the vault. Please welcome freshman Sylvia Kolasipaya.
Keitra Hunter rounds out with a 9.9, 49.35 total for the Gators.
Well deserved.
Now to be freshman Sylvia Kalusi-Polayath.
Beautiful, full in, had to pike it down a little bit, but that's great. It was an exhibition, so it will not count towards the team score, but she gets good practice in the meet competition, and she's scored by the judges, so we'll see what she gets to compete in the future.
To your next event.
How important is that? You know, you get that in-match experience, you get to be in front of the crowd, even though you still get the time to development. You know, you don't have to necessarily feel all the pressure of your score actually counting this time.
I mean, very important. You do have a little pressure off of you because it is an exhibition, but you're still, you know, on the equipment, feeling the crowd, being judged. So it's very important. Rhonda will often put in people in that spot to give them the pressure to know how they're going to handle the situation when they need to go in the real lineup.
Want to update you on all the scores so far. First for Florida on the vault, Bridget Cacuato, a 9.875. Rachel Spicer with a 9.825. Mackenzie Cacuato, a 9.825. Elena Johnson with a 9.775. Bridget Sloan with a 9.925. And Keitra Hunter with a 9.9. Georgia Bulldogs, strong start for them too. Brady James, 9.85. Kat Hires, 9.85. Kiera Brown, a 9.875. After that, Georgia got on a roll. Lindsay Cheek, 9.975. Brittany Rogers, 9.95. Chelsea Davis, 9.95. What'd you see from the Dogs there? Was it just, you know, they were sticking everything they tried?
Just sticking every landing, and it just built and built. And it's important that, you know, your first routines are good and solid, because then the scores will build up from there. As long as the next one's better, they got to give you a bigger score. So we'll expect the same thing from the Gators with their stuck dismounts. I know bar coach Robert Ladani works them hard on those sticks during practice, so we'll be excited excited to see how they do on the bars.
Welcome back to Gator Vision Online. Warm-up period is over. Just to update you on the scores, Georgia Bulldogs out to an early lead as they post a 49.6 on the uneven bars. The Florida Gators a 49.35 on the vault. Definitely not a difference that's too big for the Florida Gators though so far.
It's still early, you know, first events. It doesn't end until the very last 10th of the last floor routine and beam routine. So we're excited to see this second event here.
Like I said at the top of the broadcast, the last time these two teams went at it, Florida was behind through the first two rotations. So certainly plenty to watch.
Yes, a lot of times it's beam that makes it or breaks it. It's a very hard event with only 4 inches there. So the wobbles and the falls on beam a lot of time is the deal breaker.
Leading off for Georgia on vault, Chelsea Davis.
Chelsea Davis will get it started for the Georgia Bulldogs on the vault.
Here goes Chelsea. Yurchenko full, stuck landing. Beautiful vault.
Chelsea Davis, your reigning SEC Event Specialist of the Week. The other weekly SEC award winner for the Georgia Bulldogs is Kara Brown. She's the SEC Freshman of the Week. Florida will get it started on the uneven bars. Bianca Dancos Giambattisto will get it started for the Florida Gators.
Yes, her opening transitions here on bars are just beautiful. Let's watch Bianca. Kip cast handstand. Toe on, toe off. Toe on, Shaposhnikova. Back down to shoot over to handstand, beautiful. Back to toe up to the high bar. Beautiful lines. 2 giants getting ready for that dismount. Double lay. Beautiful routine by Bianca. Small step there on the landing, but still a beautiful start for the Gators.
Chelsea Davis started out for the Georgia Bulldogs on the vault. She got a 9.875.
Next on vault for Georgia,
Ashlyn Broussard will be next on the vault for the Georgia Gym Dogs.
Approaching the vault, full in. Little hop on the landing there, but at good height.
next on bar.
Bianca Dancos Giambattisto with a 9.825. Keitra Hunter will go next.
Keitra has great height on her release moves. Here she goes, mounts up to high bar. Kip cast. Hindorf, great. She had struggled in warm-up on that, just did it beautifully. Cast handstand, toe on, toe off. Shoot over handstand, back up to the high bar. Another beautiful handstand. Winds up for the dismount. Full out. There's a step landing, and the crowd loves it.
These fans here at the Stephen C. O'Connell Center know good gymnastics when they see it.
Yes.
And that was a solid routine right there.
We want to see more of that from the Gators.
Pat Hires will go next for the Georgia Bulldogs on the vault. Ashlyn Broussard, last up for them. She got a 9.8.
There goes Kat down the runway. Yurchenko full, little step. Good vault. Kat is actually from Tampa, Florida. Was the teammate of a former gymnast, Amy Ferguson.
On bars for the Gators, Bridgie Perquato.
Keitra Hunter with a 9.9.
Well deserved for Keitra.
Well deserved, no doubt about it.
Here's Bridget on bars. Beautiful cast handstand. Array. basically toe on to Tkachev. Toe on, toe off. Shoot over to handstand. Circle around to high bar. Nice cast handstand. Giants. Layout, double layout, beautiful, beautiful stuck landing from Bridget.
Gets another rise out of the crowd here at the Stephen C. O'Connell Center. It's packed the Dome weekend, and we don't know the official attendance yet, but I would say they got off to a pretty good start.
Yes, this is great, and this is why Florida loves being home in Gainesville. The crowd is behind them 100%, cheering, gator chomping. It's great to be back in Gainesville.
Randy J will go next for the Georgia Gym Dogs.
Okay, Andy. Another Yurchenko full. Little hop on the landing.
Bridget Quado, a 9.95.
9.95, wow.
For the Gators, on bars, Bridget Sloan.
That's a career high for Bridget Quado. Her previous career high was 9.9.
Wow, great.
It's also a personal collegiate best.
Bridget Sloan on the bars. Cast handstand. Another Ray there. Beautifully done. Cast handstand. Toe on, toe off. Shoot over to handstand. Beautiful. Back up to high bar. Beautiful lines by Bridget. Two giants. Dismount double layout. Beautiful. Another great routine by the Gators.
Florida Gators off to a great start on the uneven bars. Bianca Danco Jean-Baptiste a 9.825, Keitra Hunter a 9.9, and Bridget Quado a 9.95, a season and career best for her on the uneven bars. Lindsay Cheek up for the Gym Dogs, 9.875, 9.8, 9.8, 9.8. The scores for the Gym Dogs so far.
So Lindsay Cheek, she flares out this one. It really makes it nice. Right there at the end. Huge height in the flare, just a small step, but a great vault.
The last few Gym Dogs have had that little step at the end. Is that why they're getting 9.8s? That's the big deduction.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a 9.9 or higher, the feet cannot move. Here we go, Mackenzie Kakwato. Kip cast handstand. Shaposhnikova. Shoot over to handstand. Shoot up. Tkachev, beautiful. Cast handstand. Full out. Great job. She did have to take that small step, but everything else was beautiful. She just looks great flying through the bars there.
Lindsay Cheek a 9.925, the highest score yet for the Georgia Bulldogs on the vault.
Brittany Rogers.
Brittany Rogers will round out the vault for the Gym Dogs.
Last one. Yurchenko full. Nice height, best vault of their rotation.
I think the Gym Dogs knew it when they saw it. You know, the second she landed, they were pretty excited.
Next on bars for the Gators,
9.875 for Mackenzie Kakwato as well. Elena Johnson will be last up for the Gators on the uneven bars.
Here goes Elena on the jump to the high bar. Good cast handstand. Ray. 3 Gators did that this rotation. Stalder. Bail to handstand, beautiful. Toe up to high bar. Had to work that kip a little bit, but goes right back up to handstand. 2 giants, here's the dismount, double lay, beautiful. Great job for Elena to round out the bars for the Gators.
Seemed like an overall pretty solid rotation there for Florida on the uneven bars.
Yeah, pretty solid. Could have been a few more sticks there on the landing, but still early. And there were some great routines to be shown there.
Morgan Reynolds will do an exhibition for the Georgia Bulldogs. Their final score on the vault is a 49.3.
There's Morgan, the freshman. Yurchenko full. Pretty good. Looked like she had to pike it a little bit there at the end, but great exhibition.
Pretty good for a freshman.
Yes. And again, so probably putting that in that spot, feel the pressure, get that vault under her belt.
And now Gator fans performing
Elena Johnson with a 9.85.
Please welcome the floor freshman Claire Boyce
as the final score for the Florida Gators.
Here goes Claire. Mount over the low bar to high. Cast handstand. Toe on, toe off. Blind. Beautiful Jaeger. Cast handstand. Another toe on, toe off. Shoot over to handstand. Beautiful. Cast handstand. Two giants. Get ready for Claire's dismount. Double leg. Very nice for Claire, the freshman. That was a great routine for her exhibition.
Both freshmen for Florida, Claire Boyce and Sylvia Calusi-Goliath, getting off to pretty good starts to their season overall. Certainly, I know Coach Fain's very happy with the development they've shown so far.
Definitely, and it's still early in the season, and they're going to get a lot of routines here in the arena and in the gym, and they're just going to really do great this year as our freshmen.
Again, to recap the scores for you for that rotation, the Florida Gators on the uneven bars with a 9.825 from Bianca Donko Shambattisto, a 9.9 from Keitra Hunter. Overall, Georgia outscored the Florida Gators by 0.25 in the first rotation. Florida outscored the Georgia Gym Dogs by 0.15 in that second rotation. So the overall differential right now stands at 0.15.
Yeah, we closed the gap there on that rotation.
Excuse me, 0.1. Never do math on air. So overall, halfway point, 2 rotations in. What have you seen so far from both teams?
Georgia's bars was pretty good. With all those stuck landings, they really got off to a good start. Then came to the vault, gave some tenths away there with their landings on the vault. So it helped Florida close in the gap here. To only be away by 0.1 going into the last 2 rotations.
Look at this rise that I have right here, although her face is blue, so you don't want to do that. All you gotta do is go.
Next rotation, we'll see the Florida Gators on the balance beam and the Georgia Bulldogs on the floor.
Bring it back to any home meet or mail it.
We'll step aside for a moment. When we get back, though, we will bring you the Florida Gators on the balance beam, Georgia Bulldogs floor exercise for the 3rd rotation of 4. Welcome back into Gator Vision Online. 3rd rotation here at the Stephen C. O'Connell Center as the Gators host the Georgia Gym Dogs for their home opener.
First up on beam here, Rachel Spicer. Chest cartwheel onto the beam. Full stuck landing.
Rachel Spicer.
Except that little balance check, it was a beautiful routine. Great start for the Gators with Rachel Spicer.
Exactly what Florida was looking for from Rachel Spicer to get this third rotation started off. Again, keep you updated with the scores. The Georgia Bulldogs, 98.9. Florida, 98.8. Kaylin Earls will lead it off for the Gym Dogs on the floor.
I love the floor because it really shows the girls' personalities with their music and their dance. Rudy to a back handspring layout step out. Unique first pass. Some fun dance here. Second pass, double pie, nice. Good leap combination. Preparing for the third pass. See what she has here. Double tuck, good finish. Good start for Georgia on the floor.
Like you said, always so much fun to see the floor routines because you get to see, you know, really the personality of each gymnast. You know, it's in the looks they give, it's in the moves they do. It's, I think, the purest expression of gymnastics, or at least what's going on in their head.
Yeah, and everybody's so different. Some powerhouse, some really dancey. It's just great to see the different athletes out there.
Elena Johnson next up for the Florida Gators on the beam.
Pretty mouth. Preparing here. Front aerial, very nice. Straight into the back handspring step out. Great finish. Switch leap, split half. Nice leap series there. That required full turn. Side aerial into the full twisting dismount. Beautiful stick for Elena. Great routine for her.
Couple scores coming in. Rachel Spicer with a 9.5. Kaylin Earls with a 9.825. Kat Hires on the floor for the Gym Dogs.
Double pike first. Good landing there. Good leap series. Preparing for the second pass. Front full, front layout. Gives a smile to her teammates on the sideline. James Bond action. She looks like she's having fun out there.
No doubt about it.
Third pass here, see what she has. Ends with a double tuck. Looked like it was going to be a double pike, and it was a double tuck. Good routine for Kat.
Another thing tells you the personality of each gymnast, the song they pick. Yeah. She looked like she was having a fun time wielding that gun around. Helena Johnson with a 9.825 on the beam. Freshman Claire Boyce.
For the Gators, Claire Boyce.
Excited to see Claire's beam debut here for the Gators. Claire reminds me of a past gymnast, Breanne King.
It's a solid comparison. King's pretty good.
Front layout, right into the back handspring step out, beautiful. Yes, in Breanne's 4 years she was here, I think she fell on beam twice, so hopefully it's a good omen for Claire. Back handspring layout, step out, solid, beautiful. Full turn, very nice. Down to the beam. And it also is a requirement that at some point during the beam routine, you come down to your torso, just like come down on the beam, your chest or your back. Little beat jump there. Switch leap, split jump. Cartwheel, gainer full dismount. Great job, Claire. Little hop on the landing, but a great routine here in the O-Dome.
Again, Claire Boyce, only a freshman. Plenty of room to grow, a lot of talent already there for the freshman from Grapevine, Texas.
Next on floor for Georgia, Morgan Reynolds.
Morgan Reynolds will be third for the Georgia Gym Dogs on the floor. They have a 9.825 from Kaylin Edwards and a 9.85 from Kat Hires.
See what she has here for her first pass. Front handspring, Rudy, immediate layout step out. Second pass here, double pike. Lean forward a little bit, but recovered well. For this last pass. Round off, back 1.5, front layout. She had a smile on her face the whole time.
A floor routine by Morgan Reynolds for the Gym Dogs, a 9.8 for Claire Boyce.
On beam for the Gators, Keitra Hunter.
Keitra Hunter will be next up on the beam.
Starts off with difficulty right from the beginning of her routine. Goes Keitra, punch front mount, beautiful. Some gasps from the crowd. Full turn. Back handspring, layout step out. Little balance check there, good fight. Cat leap. Switch quarter. Switch side. Roll over there. Preparing for the dismount, round off double tuck. Beautiful for Keitra Hunter. Big hug from Rhonda Fain after that routine.
Keitra Hunter off to a strong start here in the Gators home opener. Actually, a strong start to the year. In the meet against Auburn, she was in a three-way tie for first on the floor exercise with a 9-9. So Keitra Hunter with a really, really strong start to this season, to the surprise of nobody.
Mary Beth Box here on the floor. First pass. Very high double pike, good finish. Good leap combination. Some fun music, really pumps it up. Double tuck for the second pass. Some more fun dance. Last pass here. Front, 1.5 front layout. Should be a good score for Georgia.
Georgia Gym Dogs excited, Mary Beth Box excited. Good floor routine there.
On beam for the Gators, Bridget Sloan.
Speaking of hot starts for the Gators, Bridget Sloan's had herself one as well, the reigning SEC Freshman of the Year.
Here she is up on beam. She's always so solid with her moves and just very quick. Back handspring, layout, step out, solid. Front aerial to scale. Beautiful. It takes so much concentration and strength to end like that out of the front aerial. Switch leap, split jump, beat jump. Great leaps. Nice full turn, leg out there at the end. Again, a lot of strength there. Side aerial. Little dance move there to couple up that balance check. Hopefully the judges didn't notice. Getting ready for the dismount, round off, double twist. Great routine for Bridget.
Back-to-back great routines for the Florida Gators. Keitra Hunter checking in with a 9-9. When she finished, Rhonda Fain, as she always does, gives up, gave her a high five, but it was well earned. Keitra Hunter with a season high.
Well
9-9. Mary Beth Box also got a 9-9 on the floor. That's a season high for her.
It was a fun routine.
Strong performances in the 4 slot from Keitra Hunter for the Gators and Mary Beth Box for the Georgia Bulldogs. Brittany Rogers, 5th on the floor for the Georgia Gym Dogs.
Here we go, first pass. 2.5 twists. Little step out of it. Good leap combination. Second pass. 1.5 front layout. Teammates doing some of the dance on the sideline. Last pass, let's see what she has. Double pike. Great landing for that last pass.
Brittany Rogers, 5th on the floor for the Georgia Gym Dogs. They're happy to see that. Mackenzie Caquato will round out the beam for the Florida Gators. And it's interesting, Mackenzie against UCLA scored an 8-4, really, really tough score, but she bounced back against Auburn to score a 9.95.
There's Mackenzie. Little balance check. Back handspring, layout, step out, very nice. Front aerial, right to that back handspring swing down. Neat little move there too. Full turn. And these leotards are really sparkling up there on the beam. This is a leotard designed by head coach Rhonda Fain herself. It was after a figure skating Leo, all the sparkles. Switch leap, split jump, beat jump. Full twist off the side there, beautifully stuck. Great job for Mackenzie.
Mackenzie Caquato, back-to-back strong performances on the balance beam. The 9.95 against Auburn. And a good performance there. We'll get you the score once we get it.
High fives from all the teammates.
She struggled on the floor against UCLA. She gets to do that in the final rotation. A 9.9 for Bridget Sloan on the beam, a 9.875 for Brittany Rogers on the floor. Brandy J will take us through the end of this 3rd rotation.
Final competitor for Georgia here. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Leap combination. Rudy, layout into a stab. Getting ready for this next pass, double pike. Great last pass for her. She started out with that double tuck, but then upped the difficulty to end with a double pike at the end. It's really important, you know, that last pass be difficult. It's the last impression that the judges have of you on the floor.
The last impression they get, and Brandy J, the last for the Georgia Gym Dogs. Mackenzie Caquato said she had a great performance against Auburn, and that one was great as well. It was so great it was an exact repeat performance, a 9.95, tying her season high on the beam, giving the Gators a 49.375 on the beam. Great score there for the Florida Gators.
Great beam score. Like to see those 9.9s. Here we go, Bianca on the beam with an exhibition. Beautiful handstand mount there, such great control. Front aerial. That was supposed to be in a connection, so she went back. Looks like she's gonna do it again here. Front aerial, great that time. Back handspring step out. That was thinking on her feet, very smart. She needed that bonus. Side Sami there. switch leap, split jump, beat jump, nice leaps. Showing a little flexibility. Full turn. Little wobble there. Those full turns can be tricky. It looks like it'd be easy, but they're difficult. More flexibility there. The dismount. Beautiful, very unique dismount. Gator salto layout. Good job for Bianca in her exhibition routine.
Solid routine there for Bianca Dunco, Jean-Baptiste. Want to update you on the scores for the third rotation. The Florida Gators started with Rachel Spicer with a 9.5, Elena Johnson with a 9.825, Claire Boyce with a 9.8, Keitra Hunter with a 9.9, Bridget Sloan with a 9.9, Mackenzie Caquado with a 9.95.
Great score for the Gators. There's another exhibition routine.
Gym Dogs will get an exhibition as well. Update you on their scores after this exhibition.
First pass, punch front, into a double back. Little low, had to take some steps forward. But it is an exhibition routine, so it will not count towards their team total. Second pass, double pike, good one. Landing. Good exhibition for Georgia.
Sarah Bursinger there on the exhibition for the Georgia Gym Dogs. The Georgia Gym Dogs scores 9.825 for Kaylin Earls, 9.85 for Kat Hires, 9.775 for Morgan Reynolds, and 9.9 for Mary Beth Box, tying her career high and setting a new season high. Brittany Rogers a 9.875 and Brandy J a 9.9, tying a season high for her. Overall, a 49.375 for Florida, a 49.35 for the Georgia Gym Dogs. Overall scores 148.175 for Florida, 148.250 for the Georgia Gym Dogs. That's a .075 lead, Stacy, headed into the fourth rotation.
Such a slim margin, but the Gators go into one of their best events, the floor exercise. They really pump up the music here, really get the crowd into it, and they will excel on this floor exercise to make up for those tenths that we're behind right now.
You knew it was going to come down to the fourth rotation.
Oh, it always has to.
There was absolutely no doubt. These are two great teams. Number 3, Florida. Number 6, Georgia, going at it. .075, the difference heading in to the final rotation. You know, Stacey, we started the broadcast talking about how it's Pack the Dome weekend, and they were really looking to get over 10,000 people into the Dome for this meet.
What did we get?
Official attendance, 10,013.
Great, 10,013.
That qualifies them for third all-time. Again, first all-time was against Georgia back in 2008. But their goal to get over 10,000, Stacy, and they got it.
They got it. And, you know, thank you again to all the fans that are here. You know, the girls really look to you to cheer on, and we're just so excited that the Gator Nation is so behind all of our sports. I
mean, you talked to the gymnasts throughout the week. They were very excited to return to the O-Dome because they know these are some of the best fans in the country. And I'll say this, the Georgia Bulldogs fans, the ones that traveled here, they've been pretty loud as well.
Oh, yeah, Georgia's fans travel well.
Both teams getting their praise as we head into the fourth and final rotation. The Georgia Gym Dogs on the balance beam, the Florida Gators on the floor. We'll bring it to you live. Gator Vision Online coming up in a bit. Welcome back in, Gator Vision Online. Fourth and final rotation for the Florida Gators and the Georgia Gym Dogs as the Florida Gators open up their home schedule. .075, the difference between these two elite teams right now. Number 3, Florida, the reigning national champions. Number 6, Georgia.
Couldn't be any more intense in here going into this last rotation.
Ashlyn Broussard will start it off on the beam for the Georgia Gym Dogs. Looking to try to set the tone for them as they try to get up in this fourth and final rotation.
Just some quick coaching there before the beam routine. Shoot through mount. There we go. One arm back handspring, layout step out. And unfortunately, she will have to have a 5/10 deduction for that fall. Hopefully she finishes the routine up strong. Switch lead, straddle jump. And in college gymnastics, there are 6 competitors who compete, but only 5 count. So if the other 5 are strong, they may not have to count that fall. Side aerial, split jump. Cat leap, gainer full, step dismount. Just that fall, the rest of it was beautiful. She recovered nicely.
Yeah, she did a great job. You know, she stuck the landing after she struggled early on. It's a good job by Ashlyn Broussard.
For your Florida Gators,
Claire Boyce will be first up on the floor. You know, she struggled last week against Auburn, a 9.125 after she had a fall, but a 9.825 against UCLA. Let's see what the freshman does here.
Excited for her to do this floor routine here in front of the home crowd. Very beautiful dancer. First pass, front double full, very nice, good finish. There's that infamous gator chomp. It's hidden in all the routines. We'll see if the crowd can find them. Front layout, little low, good recovery. Switch half, split full, good lead. Here we go, Claire's last pass. Beautiful finish. Great job for Claire.
Like I said, mixed results for Claire Boyce so far on the floor. Good routine there. You're happy to see the freshman kind of overcome that mental block that comes from a rough fall. Come right back and do a great job.
And it was a great routine for her. Just that second pass was a little low. We'll see what she gets.
Ashlyn Broussard with a 9.15, starting it off for the Georgia Gym Dogs. On the floor, Mackenzie Caquado would be next up for Florida. Morgan Reynolds on the beam now.
That front tuck, just a slight balance check. Back handspring, layout step out. And again, another fall for Georgia. So that means they do have to count one of those falls. So now it's really important for her to really finish strong, knowing that her routine may have to count, and get every little tenth she can in the rest of this routine. Leap combo there. And like I said at the beginning of the meet, the beam can make it or break it in the competition. But we still have a lot of competition to go here. There you go, the dismount, round off, double twist. Way to finish it up.
Morgan Reynolds, same as Ashlyn Broussard, suffered a fall early, finished strong. A 9.875 for the freshman Claire Boyce on the floor. Mackenzie Capuato will be next.
That was a great opening score from Claire, and so now we hope to build on those scores as the floor goes on. Mackenzie here.
Especially from the Gators' perspective, you know one of Georgia's faults is going to count now.
There's that Gator chomp. First pass. Double front fold, beautiful. Getting ready for the second pass. 1.5, front pike. That was a front full front pike, leap combo. Here we go, third and final pass for Mackenzie. See how she finishes out. Back 1.5, front layout, gorgeous. That was a crowd pleaser from Mackenzie. All the routines are beautifully choreographed by volunteer coach Jeremy Miranda. He really does a great job with the girls.
Great routine there from Mac. This is actually her first time competing in the floor since their very first meet at UCLA, where she scored an 8.4. Safe to assume she's going to do a little better than that on that one.
We have Mary Beth Box back on the beam. Tuck full. Back handspring layout step out, little balance check. Switch lead. Straddle 3/4. Full turn. Nice full turn. Front aerial, beat jump. Dismount, little hop. Good routine after those falls. Now, during that beam routine, the crowd kind of erupted there. We saw that Mackenzie had received a 9.95 for that stellar floor routine.
Obviously, a season high so far for Mac. One of the best scores of her career as well.
Rachel Spicer on the floor now. Here we go, first pass. Beautiful pike full in, gorgeous. Floor coach Adrian Verde gives his fist pump in approval. Second pass. Front full, front pike, another great landing. Half will full there. Preparing for her third pass. Let's see if she can continue this already amazing routine. Here we go, double pike. Beautiful, stuck landing. Gator chomp, huge, love it. Great routine for Rachel Spicer.
That's the classic gator chomp right there at the
right
end.
there at the ending, so dramatic. In your face.
Crowd in the O-Dome is pumped. Strong, strong start for the Florida Gators on the floor. Like you said, one of their better events, a 9.875 for Claire Boyce, a 9.95 for Mackenzie Quado. And we're awaiting Rachel Spicer's score, but she had a strong performance as well.
This should be a great score from her. The crowd is chanting 10. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. 1995, and I believe one gave her a 10. On the beam, Brittany Rogers. Layout step out there, good. Did a full twist. She did like a 3/4 twist down to her hands there, but had to kind of come out of it onto the beam there. See what she finishes with here. Full twisting back handspring into the full dismount. Very unique dismount for Brittany Rogers.
Want to update you on the scores. A 9.975 for Rachel Spicer. Season high, career high in the first 9.975 on the floor for the Gators since the NCAA Super 6, and Keitra Hunter did it. Want to run through the Georgia Gym Dog scores real quick. 9-1 for Ashlyn Broussard, 8-9 for Morgan Reynolds. That, in theory, will be the one that's dropped. And Mary Beth Box with a 9-8.
Yeah, very well deserved by Rachel Spicer. Everyone wanted the 10.
Bridget Sloan on the floor now with what I think has become one of the most popular songs ever.
And I love Bridget Sloan on every event, but especially floor. She's so dramatic, sells it, and really gets the crowd into it. There was that Gator chomp.
Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes gets any crowd in any sport into anything.
Love it. Front double twist, just beautiful. Huge. Here she is having so much fun out there in front of her home crowd. Second pass. Double pike. Solid. Final pass for Bridget. Let's see if she can continue this amazing routine. Round off 1.5 front layout. Sticks it dead. Doesn't move an inch. Such a great routine by Bridget.
Back-to-back great routines for the Gators. Rachel Spicer with a 9.975. Bridget Sloan, a strong performance as well. You know, we asked Rhonda Fain how she thinks Bridget's done so far this year, and she said that the sophomore performance is on par with what it was in the national championship last year. Bridget Sloan, all that work in the preseason clearly paying off for her.
She's such a hard worker in the gym, really gets the team pumped up. She can dance and be silly, and then she brings it back.
Lindsay Cheek on for the Georgia Gym Dogs, a 9.8 for Brittany Rogers before.
This has got to be hard for Lindsay Cheek right in the middle of her layout step out. Bridget Sloan was just given a perfect 10. And the crowd is going wild. But Lindsay Cheek on the beam is keeping her composure while this crowd is still going. Aerial, little wobble there. Moonwalk. Switch leap. Straddle quarter. Cat leap. Gainer full, good stuck landing. But again, back to the floor. Can't say enough about that perfect 10 from Bridget Sloan.
A great performance by Lindsay Cheek, and it's completely washed away. Bridget Sloan, a perfect 10, the first since 1997. Chrissy Vogel, there's only 2 perfect 10s on the floor throughout Gator Gymnastics history. 1997 and 1991.
Well, let's see if Keitra Hunter here on the floor can follow that perfect 10.
You know, Keitra Hunter had the highest score on the floor for an active Gator at 9.975. She did it in the Link to Pink Meet versus LSU and the Super 6. But Bridget Sloan with the perfect 10.
This first pass has so much height. Double layout, gorgeous. Really selling it to the crowd. I think she's really happy for her teammate. 1.5, front layout, fly spring, Shushanova, beautiful. Here comes the Gator jump. Great. All she has left is her last pass. She does an open double tuck. Most people have to grab their knees to help the rotation, but it's so easy for her. She does it with no hands. Let's see what Keitra has. Open double tuck. Great landing. Floor coach Adrian Bidet is going crazy. Great final routine for the Gators.
I gotta tell you, Stacy, head coach Rhonda Fain was watching that, and around the second pass, a big smile just busted onto her face. The Florida Gators absolutely on fire right now. Claire Boy started off with a 9.875, Mackenzie Taquata with a 9.95, Rachel Spicer with a 9.975, Bridget Sloan with a perfect 10.
Bridget Sloan, another perfect 10.
And Keitra Hunter with a perfect 10 as well. Back-to-back perfect 10s.
I don't think that's ever happened.
No.
Ever.
In Florida, there's only been 2 perfect 10s, 1997 and 1991. So it's never happened in the same season, much less in back-to-back routines, Stacy.
Such a great floor.
Oh my goodness. On the plus side for Keitra, she had the highest active score among the Florida Gators, and she got it back. Back-to-back perfect 10s for the Gators. You called it, Stacey. You said this is one of their better events.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody called that, though.
No. Kayla Earls on the beam. That handspring layout. A 3 series. That's difficult.
Kaylin Earls gets some applause from the Gator fans. We're not trying to overlook what George is doing. It's just back-to-back tens.
It's
unheard
hard.
of.
This crowd of 10,000 is
Yeah,
really
you heard all of them.
full turn. Preparing for the dismount. Round off double tuck. Stuck dismount. That's a hard dismount to stick. Very nice.
Strong final performance for the Georgia Gym Dogs from Kaylin Earls. Looking over the scores in Florida history, the only time that 2 10s have been scored in the same meet was back in 1996 for the Florida Gators. That was in the uneven bars. That's across the board.
Now, Keetra wasn't the last routine. We have Bridget Piquato here on the floor to finish up the Gators on floor. She's following 2 perfect 10s. Let's see what Bridgie has. Right handspring, front double twist, punch front, beautiful. Bridgie really having some fun out there.
It'd be hard not to at this point for the Florida Gators.
Right handspring, Rudy, split lead. Gator chomp. Really getting the crowd into the routine. Switch side Copa. Last pass for Bridgie. Double pike, stuck landing. Just phenomenal for the Gators.
There's no way. There's no way it's 3 straight, right? There's no way.
Let's see what the judges think.
A lot of Gator fans in the O-Dome holding up the perfect 10 signs.
They want another one.
Although I think if the Gator fans judged every event,
We don't,
Florida,
they'd get
Florida
10s on
would
everything.
probably have straight 10s on everything.
Gator fans now
Awaiting the judges' final score.
and wrapping up an incredible night.
A 9.95 from one judge
Let's see what the other one.
Sylvia,
and a 9.95 as
9.95
well.
overall.
An incredible rotation for the Florida Gators. Claire Boy started it off with a 9.875, Mackenzie Caquato with a 9.95, Rachel Spicer with a 9.975, and then what no doubt has to be the story of this entire meet, back-to-back 10s by Bridget Sloan and Keetra Hunter. Florida will get in one exhibition as well.
We have Sylvia here on the floor. Whip, double tuck, beautiful. Sylvia actually competed in the meet against Auburn, and now she's back here in the exhibition spot. Showing some flexibility. Beautiful gator chomp.
The double Gator chomp.
Double gator chomp. Beautiful leaps there. Second pass. Round off, 1.5, front layout. Very nice. Last pass, double pike. A little short, but great finish for Sylvia.
Sylvia
fans in the Odom let Sylvia hear it. I'll tell you what, Sylvia Klusi-Pelayev is a name that Gator fans are going to be hearing for a while. She competes with Spain internationally. She's incredibly talented. The freshman moniker doesn't even indicate how talented she really is.
Yeah.
And that's something I think Gator fans have a lot to look forward to.
Seeing a lot from her this year. And this Gator team has to just be so proud of themselves. Such an amazing meet. Early in the competition, it looked a little shaky, starting out on the bars and the bull, and they just brought it home here on the floor to finish it out.
With a 9.95.
They're announcing the scores here for the Florida Gators. Fans at the Odom, they know good gymnastics when they see it. And honestly, even if you don't know good gymnastics, you know that 10 out of 10 is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Best you can be. You strive for that, and they achieved it.
An incredible performance from the Florida Gators. A 198.05, the final score for Florida. Georgia, a 196.7.
And Sylvia received a 9.825 on that exhibition.
If that one would have counted, it would have been a season high for her.
But now she has that practice under her belt, and we'll see what she gets in the lineup later on.
So obviously, Stacy, a great meet between two teams. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen,
you want to analyze everything before the floor for Florida, but I mean, the story of the meet has to be that.
Just amazing. I'm so glad I was here to witness it.
for the University
That's
of Florida
history.
Gators, 198.
That's the 6th best score in Florida history. 198.050, the 6th best score in Florida history, just beating out what they did in the SEC championships last year.
Great home score, and they've already gotten 2 huge road scores, and they're just going to build on from here. We have another home meet next week.
It's not just any home meet either. You're going up against the team that's ranked #1 in the Gym Info rankings, being the Oklahoma Sooners.
310s, 3 rowdy reptiles. Let's give it up for them. All right, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
And after the meet today, the gymnasts are staying and signing autographs. So for those that were here of the 10,000, they might get a poster signed.
You think there'll be a line for Bridget Sloan and Keisha Hunter to get an autograph on the day they both have perfect 10s?
I'm sure.
Both of them obviously setting career, personal, Florida records with a perfect 10. It's not something you see very often. It's unbelievable. It becomes news across the sporting world when you see a perfect 10.
Everyone's going to be talking about this week for sure.
It transcends just the meet. It's something that's historical. It's almost like a no-hitter in baseball. As you know, that's kind of the comparison. It's so rare, it's so impressive, and just like a no-hitter, it requires absolute perfection, Stacy.
Exactly. Competing after a 10, you know, you're excited, there's all those emotions, and Keisha just did a phenomenal job getting that second one right after Sloan.
And credit to the Georgia Bulldogs, you know, they kept competing despite the fact that 10,000 strong